What do you want me to say?
That's dope. And you know the reason I keep emphasizing how or when you started rapping was because of a lot of progress that you've made. A lot of people who've been rapping for years still hasn't made that kind of progress. And let's talk about some of the things that you've done. Because your events are some of the events that a lot of aspiring rappers are trying to go for. So,
Yeah.
like, just as a recap, give us a couple quick little events that you've done in the recent months.
The recent months, as far as events that I've thrown or events that I performed at.
Let's go
Or
with what
just
you performed at.
what I performed at. The biggest thing is definitely the Hornets Music Industry Night. That was the first NBA music industry night in the whole league. So it was super lit to be one of the few artists that could actually perform on the court and everything. I never expected that. It was random, but it was great. It just made me feel like it was lit. It was like, okay, stuff happens, and it's like keep going, keep moving, keep pushing. You got a lot of little landmarks and stuff. But that was definitely that was pretty big for me.
Yeah, that's a huge milestone.
Yeah. So that was lit. Definitely did the CIAA Fan Fest. Shout out to Jermaine for pulling me in on that. I was on the Source stage. That was pretty cool to actually do a actual CIAA event and not just like the surrounding events, So that was lit. We did the middle school pep rallies with D. Renee All Day, Turn Up for Excellence.
And that's 92.7 The Block, which is the local radio station.
Yeah. So D. Renee is one of the personalities on there, so she put together an all-star team of artists, and we went out. We did 2 pep rallies back to back. I had a few dancers.
I don't mean to cut you off, but speak on some of the artists that actually made that roster.
It was Keish Lino, Hot Boy Lil Shaq, Sauce Pack. It was 2 Letters and High Class Cali.
All the people are doing numbers right now.
Yeah.
So that's big time right
there. It was lit. It was lit. DJ Sud was there. So
DJ Suds?
Yeah,
that's 2 Chainz DJ, right?
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, that's the homie.
So it was lit. It was like I felt good because I was one of the. There was a couple people that were supposed to be there too. So a couple other. Keish Lino was there too, but I was the only one. I know there was supposed to be a couple other females out there, but they didn't make it. So there was other females on the card, but actually being there. So I was one of the only ones.
That's big time. That's actually huge. And transitioning from that to doing your own stage and having your own performance, why did you choose not to? Especially with the crowd that you bring yourself as the artist, why did you choose not to perform on some of your own platforms?
It's just really, I'm more focused on getting the platform to where it needs to be. And if I'm going to perform on my own platform, I want it to be right. I want it to be set like, I'm performing. I don't want it to be just like, oh, we got some free time, let me pop up and perform through here. And I also don't want people staring me down like, when am I going while I'm doing my songs and stuff, and then someone else don't get to go. Like, I really don't got time for it because I'm going to have the platform. It's really, if I'm on it, I'm on the mic all night anyways. I can plug myself. If you really want to go listen to my music, you can. If you really want to come to a show, I'll be advertising my shows on my page. So if you come to see me host and come for the event, I have people be like, oh, I was looking forward for you to perform, but it's like, I do have actual shows where I perform. It's kind of like you're wearing 2 different hats. So when you're hosting, you got on a hosting hat. I've noticed sometimes when I'm hosting and performing, I'm just like I'm not like 100% there for my performance.
Or either the host, and you're not 100% there for the host, or not 100% there, because you can't commit to either.
Right, yeah. Especially when you not only the host, it's not like I'm just hosting this event, I'm coordinating the event too, so I'm making sure everything.
Coming to you with questions.
Right.
DJ, right? Yeah, I've been there.
So.
And with that being said, do you think it's harder for women in hip hop than it is for men?
That's a loaded question. That's a loaded question, yeah. That's you. So that's really, that's difficult to say. I feel like there's advantages and there's disadvantages, but I don't feel like it's necessarily harder. I mean, no, I don't think it's harder.
you mentioned earlier, right, about a relationship that hindered you from being where you possibly could have been already if you hadn't spent 4 years, I think you mentioned.
Yeah,
of
4
just
years.
Taking, like, standing in somebody's shadow. Do you
Right.
think, that tends to affect women in hip hop more than it tends to affect men?
I mean, possibly, yeah. But at the same time, I feel like men gotta deal with that too, though. You know, with females, maybe not trusting them to be out and be an artist. I feel like artists in general, depending on if you're not with the right person that's for you, you can get hindered with a lot of what you do. So I don't know if that's necessarily a gender problem. I feel like with the whole domestic violence part of it, that tends to affect women more than men, but it can happen both ways. But I do feel like as women in hip hop, I feel like the reason why I say I don't think it's harder, and there's advantages and disadvantages. So there are certain things that are harder, but I feel like there's certain things that are easier. So for me, I feel like women, there might be cards where there's no women on or something like that, and it's like men get a lot of opportunities and no women do. But then at the same time, there's a lot more men doing music than there are women doing music. And as far as in hip hop, there's a lot more men that are out at these events than there are women out at these events. So statistically, there are going to be more men on the card, but I feel like being a woman, it's easier to stick out because you are the minority, you know? So if you're good and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you're not just using the fact that you're a woman to come with subpar music, then it's not really harder, because if you're a woman and you're doing it better than a man, you actually are going to get more hit nods and more recognition than just being a man. It's actually going to be harder as a man because in certain aspects, because you're going to have more competition. Like, you're just another dope male doing it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like so many more. I feel like you can spin it both ways.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
Street school, grandma.
Street school.